Hey everyone, welcome back to Nerddom. My name is Matt, and today we're going to be discussing, reviewing Eric July's Rippaverse comics, Isom number 1 and 2. Now I know I'm very behind on reading these, and that's my bad. I've been putting it aside for way too long. I'm pretty sure I ordered the first Isom last year before Comic-Con, and the stuff was ordered before, but then it arrived afterwards. I can't really remember, but I've been really excited to finally jump into this and to finally read, you know, what's going on in these. And I actually did get the first issue signed as well, so I need to put it in a box. So I'm really excited to see an independent creator, an independent company being made and being able to distribute, create, hire more people, you know, get people on board to a new fandom possibly, and a brand new universe to be created. I just watched also, this is very timely, I just watched Rebel Moon. The comparison between the two is a brand new universe created and how to introduce the audience into that universe and how to get them on board. So with that, let's get into the review. The first Isom starts out with a very personal mission of helping out a family friend. You know, you're introduced to the Isom character, whose name is Avery Silman, and he's just a normal dude from the beginning. He looks like he owns a ranch. He's got some ranch hands, and yeah, there's a call to action with a personal family friend. And I don't want to spoil too much about the story because I do think that it's good for everyone to read the stuff. But I will mention that the story starts very personal to the character. It's a very personal mission, and it's kind of like the old gunslinger who has been out of the game for a little bit, and then there's a personal mission, and then it pulls him back into the game, and he has to like defend the town. Kind of the same idea here. He has a personal mission. He's dealing with some, you know, rapscallions from the city, that kind of thing, and they end up having an enhanced person, or I forgot what they call him in this one, but yeah, there's a bunch of people who are still super powered, and one of the guys who is in Isom's way, or his superhero name is Isom, his real name is Avery. So one of them who is in Avery's way, he's like this really jacked, strong dude, and he kind of launches him out of there. And at the same exact time, there's also another enhanced super person who's kind of running wild in the city, and her name is Yara, and she kind of gets stopped, or she gets attacked by Alpha Corps, who is the group that the government has made to kind of combat superheroes. So you're already getting introduced to this wider world of super beings, of a past, of superheroes being like a normal thing in this world, costumed superheroes per se, and you realize that Avery is superpowered because he survives that ordeal of fighting with that superpowered person. He then goes back and has to deal with that dude another time, and he does actually win in this time. But yeah, it's a very simple story to lead you off, but it's giving you little droplets of the larger world that does exist. And at the very end, you see Avery kind of take up the mantle again of Isom, and he gets his new and improved costume from this costumer, kind of like the Incredibles lady, but it's a different dude, and he's got this whole industry of making costumes. I can't imagine what it's like to think of a world and bring everybody into it, and that's my again comparison between this and Rebel Moon, how you're able to follow along with this person who's on a very personal journey, very personal mission, and you're kind of not knowing who are all these people, and slowly but surely you start peeling back the layers of this person, but they're not doing it because they have a monologue in a spaceship. They're doing it through their actions, they're doing it through other interactions with other people. The first one's a good little introduction into the universe. The second one is really when the pedal starts getting pushed down on the story a little bit more. And again, I don't want to spoil too much, but the second one, Eric actually does. The second one is definitely better. It's more intriguing, it's more interesting, and you're also introduced to a couple more characters, which is kind of crazy for a whole new universe. You're introduced to Sydney Bloodruth, who is really cool. I like her character. She's kind of like lives in a castle, like a medieval castle, but she controls these creatures. She got dragons, she has dogs, like hellhounds. So she really deals with like demonic entities, and she uses witchcraft and blood magic kind of to make things, to, you know, light stuff on fire, to cast spells. Really cool character design there. And I'm really interested in all the characters. So like Yara, I'm interested in seeing what she's about, because she was running amok in the first issue of Isom, kind of destroying some of the city, and Alpha Core comes by to stop her. But she does end up getting away, and they kind of show in the second one what she is and what her past is a little bit. But the second issue of Isom, you really do learn the history of Avery and why he quit being Isom, and it is because, and we've heard this before, it's because of the failure. He failed to do something. Great power comes great responsibility, and he failed, and so he quit, and he ended up, you know, just being a normal rancher dude. And so that's why I say the second one, it really does put the pedal to the metal, introduces a different crew. It's not really like street level as it is in the first one. The second one really does introduce a wider world that is going on, an underground world. Like they talk about different, not dimensions per se, but kind of like different dimensions. And that's all with Bloodruth. But then another interesting one is actually the character of Goodying. Goodying is kind of it's funny, there's an entire one pager on Goodying, and he runs like an insurance company. And he's a superhero who does investigations, he puts out fires, he's like an emergency personnel, a one-man plus a robot emergency personnel. And he's gonna have his own book next spring. So that's gonna be interesting. Is it gonna tie into the mainline story of Isom? Is it gonna be, you know, side stories, that kind of thing? So it's really cool seeing all these different characters and their interactions with each other, you know. So I'm digging it. I'd say it's a good deal, and Alpha Core is even cheaper now. I think it's $28 instead of $32. But each of these books are 90 pages, and the art quality of the prints are fantastic. All the prints are holding up really well. You know, the books are awesome to hold. They're about the same size as like graphic novels kind of thing. So I definitely want to get these put into, you know, some better covers. But again, the second one I like a lot better than the first one. I think I just got the A covers as well. But the second one I really like a lot better than the first one. But otherwise, still really good story. Still digging the characters. And I'm not just saying that because I've bought all the books or anything like that. I really wanted to finish them, you know. I put them down, I'm like, that was a good read. So it's not like groundbreaking. I wouldn't say it's breaking any new ground, but I will say that it's nice to have a good quality book coming out, and it's nice to see a new company coming out. And they do reference their Rippaverse Code of Ethics. So if you're interested, feel free to check them out. And that's Rippaverse. Again, they're doing a really good job, really good art, good writing, good characters, good company, you know. So I'm digging it, and I can't wait to dig into Alpha Core and see what these guys are all about. Because I saw the little animation that they posted, and it was kind of cool. Like, maybe they're gonna get into some animation too. So maybe they'll have different stories of animation, and then it creates the whole Rippaverse. And who knows, I'm sure movies are knocking on the door. So a little short review, but if you can get a hold of 1 and 2, I definitely suggest it. And if you have gotten into these, or if you're interested into getting into these, let me know down in the comments below. And let me know your thoughts on the story and what you think about it. What characters are you digging? What don't you like about it? So all open here. Little short and sweet review on Isom by Rippaverse, and then the next review is going to be Alpha Core whenever I get to it. So if you liked the video, feel free to subscribe. Also hit that like button. Really does help me out with the algorithms. Also feel free to share with your friends if you're interested in any comic book stuff or nerd stuff. We'll be doing reviews in the next coming year and hopefully some gaming as well. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.